about me? What does he want for my life? And so through that, I began to get different connections with my writing. And then I realized one day it was like this little flame came on, and I got excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to write about this. I want to share this with other people because maybe I'm not the only one who has this discovery. Maybe I can encourage. So it was really through my journals, and eventually I reached out to somebody who had edited lots of best-selling books, very well-known author, and she took my brain dump, which I'm just amazed that she even got my message from that, and she created a print from that. And I was just so thrilled because I, for the first time, realized that, this, was my writing, but I really felt like this was God's idea. And I had visions either go in and keep it to myself or get it out there, risking it being a total flop. And so that's kind of how it started. But one of the, we've all heard that quote, where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Just recently, I was in a little store and I saw a sign that said, where there's a will, there's a way, W-A-E. And I realized it just really hit that, I had a strong will once I finally had this desire to write this book. And I had a strong will to see it through, even though it took several years. But there were different kinds of waves that I hit in this process. I hit a wave of excitement, that honeymoon period. I'm going to write a book,
Right.
And then I had this wave of terror. It came up, fear and doubt, and I just really learned to ride the wave, not to get so self-absorbed in either excitement or the fear, but just allowed myself to go through this process because a lot of this was discomfort, and really discomfort is just something new. It's a new feeling we have, and often we interpret that as we're going in the wrong direction, whereas in fact, we're meant to keep moving forward, we're just meant to go through it. And so I found that there have been different ways, of learning from writing. And one of the things I also realized that, yes, I'm writing this for the reader, but I'm also writing it for me, and that's okay. It's not selfish because writing this book really did help go through some healing process that I don't feel like if I had allowed myself to write it for me too, I don't think I could have, shared some of the things or been as open and transparent as I was.
Wow, I think we're just going to stop. I'm just going to go read the book right now. No, I'm kidding. But there were a few things that really stood out to me in what you just shared. And the first one was that you didn't do it when everybody else was doing it. It was back to that obligation thing. If it was that sense of obligation because everybody else is writing a book, even though you were meant to write a book, even though you had all of the resources, the inner resources that would go into the book, it wasn't the right time when you were under that pressure, that sense of pressure. You had to get to it in your time, which was the perfect time, and when you desired it. And that timing is beautiful to me. And then the other thing is that you didn't go, okay, wow, I'm just going to write a book. Let me go find something to write about. The material you got largely through journaling and writing down those thoughts and the things you were working through. So the material was already there right in your life that other people needed to hear. And then the last thing that really struck me in what you just shared was about the waves. It didn't matter if it was a wave of excitement or a wave of fear. The thing that was the most important was not reacting to the waves, but continuing to stay true to the course and what you knew was your purpose and what you were intending to do. And that kept you going through all of the different waves that came up to the point where you were able to bring the book to fruition. I just think that's beautiful. I love that. And I thank you very much for sharing it. I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come right back, and then we're going to talk about some takeaways and some lessons that other people can apply to their own journeys that you've learned from your journey. And that's going to be very valuable. So this is going to be part 2, actually. So stay tuned. If you're watching this live on Facebook, we're going to jump right off. and then we'll be right back on in just a minute. So thanks so much.
Jeff will be back shortly to wrap up today's message. This is Gabriela, still on the scene today with Talk Network Radio. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Empowered Living with Jeff Byrd. If you've missed any part of today's message, you can hear it again online, as well as the entire archive of Empowered Living at www.talknetworkradio.com or search keyword #Empowered Living. We would like to acknowledge our music partners, Sound Ideas for Corporate to the Max and Kevin MacLeod for Airport Lounge. Any scriptures read during this broadcast are from the New American Standard Version of the Holy Bible. If you would like to learn more about Jeffrey Byrd Coaching, visit www.jeffbyrdcoaching.com. That is JEFFBYRD coaching.com. Do a Facebook search for @CoachingRocks or drop Jeff a line at jeff@jeffbyrdcoaching.com. Again, JEFFBYRD coaching.com. Let Jeff's Coaching Rocks be the building blocks of your empowered success. Now, let's go back to Jeff for the rest of today's message.
And welcome back. What we're going to do now, we're just finishing up our first session with Barbara Valentine Gustafson and her new book called Permission to Be Bold. And what I want to do, though, before we wrap up this first part is I want to give you her contact information so that you'll be able to reach out to her. Her contact information is, her website is discovernextstep.com. discovernextstep.com. And Barbara, I have forgotten what the name of your Facebook group is. Could you please remind everyone where they can find the Facebook group that's based on the book?
Yes, absolutely. So if you're logged on to Facebook, type in interval.com and that group will come up. It's called Unleash Your Interval, but if you just type in interval.com when you're on Facebook, it'll go right to that.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Barbara. And we're going to stay tuned, everybody, because we're going to be right back with part 2. And this is going to be on the takeaways, the personal takeaways and application for you and me and everyone else who is on this same journey that Barbara's ahead of us on. So we'll be right back. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Jeff Byrd with Jeffrey Byrd Coaching, and this is Empowered Living.